Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon. So last episode, we were at the part where Shiki ended Arcuade, right? When he went after her. But it was a little bit, or not a little bit, but a big difference afterwards because we spent a lot of time with CL and Shiki spent the night there as well. So let's see what happens today. Let us continue. In brief, the mansion is the same as ever.
お帰りなさいませ、シキさん。雨に降られるなんて、昨夜は災難でしたね。
Kohaku's cheerful smile greets me as I enter the lobby.
ただいま。琥珀さん？
ええ、朝ごはんですね。すぐにお支度しますから、居間で待っていてください。明葉様も先ほど済ませたばかりですよ。
Oh, she's in the parlor now. With a patter of footsteps, Kohaku bustles away into the west wing where I recall the kitchen is located. But yeah, Akiha is definitely in the parlor though, right? Sunlight streams through the windows. The faint sound of birdsong drifts into the empty lobby. Things shouldn't be this calm. There's no sign that anyone even heard about yesterday's murder, let alone that the police have come by. I decided to head back to my room and change.
Ohayou gozaimasu, Shiki-sama.
ああ。ついさっき帰ってきた。
Hisui is already in my room. Judging from her position by the window sill, I'd guess she was letting in some fresh air.
翡翠、悪いんだけど、替えの上着ってあるかな？今着ているの、昨日の雨で濡れちゃって。
かしこまりました。すぐにご用意いたします。
With a bow, Hisui leaves to find a replacement. What is she gonna say? I enter the parlor to find Akiha sitting in the sofa wearing an expression of quiet vexation.
あら、おはようございます、兄さん。いつの間にかお帰りになってたんですね。
There's no missing the trace of venom in her voice.
おはよう、アキハ。朝から機嫌が悪そうだな。
ええ、兄さんが頻繁に外泊をされる方だとは知りませんでしたから。機嫌を損ねているというよりは、呆れているんです。
I stand corrected. That's more than a trace. I'm being openly scolded.
まあ、体調を崩したのなら仕方がありませんけど。乾さんという方は中学校からの友人なんですね。
Now, there's a name I never thought I'd hear from Akiha's lips. Arhiko must have actually come true for me. But at the same time, I have this bad feeling. I can only hope he didn't say anything stupid.
まったく。徒歩のくせに傘も持っていないなんて。その上、川に流れていた子猫を助けるとか、ケーキ屋で泣いていた子供を助けるとか、喫茶店で起きた窃盗事件を解決するとか、どこのミステリ小説ですか？いえ、子猫を無視できなくてつい助けてしまったというのは兄さんらしくていい話ですけど。
ああ、いや。
Did Arhiko just cobble together a bunch of recent headlines from the local news? Trust him to come up with such a shoddy cover story. Then again, Akiha seems to have bought it, so maybe basing it in fact lent some realism to the details.
大体ですね。学校を早退されるのなら連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えの車を送って差し上げたのに。 何に遠慮しているかは知りませんが、兄さんは遠野家の長男だと言ったでしょ。使えるものは何でも使ってください。そうでなくても兄さんは人より体が弱いんですから。昨日は突然の雨でしたから、気圧の変化もあったのでしょうけど、あれぐらいで貧血を起こすなんて話になりません。一度主治医に見てもらうにしても、登下校は車で送らせた方がよろしいのではなくて。
大丈夫。アキラが気にするようなことじゃない。ちゃんと週1で病院には通ってるし、毎日車で送られたらそれこそ体が鈍るだろう。心配してくれるのは嬉しいけど、俺のことでそこまで神経質になるなよ。
そうですか。兄さんがそう言うのでしたら無理には進めません。それと訂正しておきますが、私が心配しているのは兄さんの体ではなく、遠野家の長男の健康ですので。
Akia coolly shoots me down. I am tempted to point out that those two things are one and the same, but swiftly think better of it.
月さん、朝食のお支度ができました。
Kohaku's cheerful voice echoes across the lobby from the dining room. Though we still aren't on good terms yet, my morning talk with Akia is over, at least for today.
悪いな。もうすぐ行かなくちゃいけないし、手早く飯食ってくる。
兄さん、その乱暴な言葉遣いはやめてください。
But yeah, it would have been funny though if it was actually like CL, right? Not Arihiko. It would have been really funny. I wanted the scene, and then yeah, last time CL said yeah, she was just joking, right?
あまり改めてくださらないようでしたら、当主として命じることになりますから。
Her graceful lips form a small pout. That childish sulk, so at odds with her words, hasn't changed one bit over the years.
よし、元の調子に戻ってきたな。やっぱりアキラはそうでなくっちゃ落ち着かない。俺のことなんか心配しないでいいから、これからは気楽にしてろよ。
しつこいですね。私、兄さんの心配なんてしてません。
Akia scowls and looks away. I glance back at her fondly as I walk out of the parlor. Hisui sees me out as I leave for school. Okay, let's see how different it's gonna be. What is that shadow? You see the shadow on the right? The shadow of the lamppost there? She hands me my bag, pauses for a moment, then hesitantly opens her mouth.
出過ぎたこととは存じますが、質問をお許しください。
別に何もないよ。雨に当てられて貧血を起こしただけ。これからは気をつける。
責めているのではありません。ただ、今朝の四季様はひどく無理をしているように見えます。どうかみちみち、お気をつけくださいませ。
She bows a deep farewell. I've managed to act naturally enough to fool Akia and Kohaku, but not Hisui, it seems.
気遣ってくれたのかな、翡翠。
She's hard to read at the best of times, but I can tell she's concerned about me. I thank her in my heart of hearts as I wave her goodbye. This is the last time I'll ever see this sight. My homecoming only lasted for 2 days in the end, but I should be grateful for the time I've had. If this stay of execution can last just a little longer, I want to go to school and see my friends and teachers a final time before I have to leave them all behind. If I can say one last ordinary goodbye, if I can live out one last day with no regrets, that will be a better ending than I deserve. But in this specific, or I guess this other side, this other route, yeah, Shiki is always saying this. Like, yeah, I mean, it only happened last episode, but yeah, he's always saying that this is gonna be the last time, this is gonna be the last day, I'm gonna be leaving, all that stuff. My inner turmoil, notwithstanding, this morning is the same as any other. More and more school uniforms dot the streets the closer I get to school. My legs feel like they're going to quit at any moment, but I force them to keep walking. I pass through the station square and continue towards school. I know this route well, I've walked it for 2 years. The school gates are just on the other side of this crossing. The light turns red, so I stop at the curb. I can see the school's perimeter wall across the street. Protected by the guardrails lighting the sidewalk, a steady stream of students is headed for the gates. There's no one but Soya High School students on the streets at this time of day. At least there shouldn't be. And yet, through the rush of passing cars, I catch a glimpse of white. There she is. But I guess this is gonna be different, right? I mean, we'll see. Maybe the dialogue is a little bit different. Oh yeah, it is different. It's on the other side. See that? Okay. It's her. Ethereal white, undeniable. Golden hair shimmering like the sun. Long thin eyebrows framing crimson eyes. Though I've only ever seen her once before, I could never mistake her. But this isn't possible. Yesterday, I dismembered her with my own hands, tore her to pieces, rended her to chunks of bloody flesh. So why? Why is this creature I murdered so alive and whole, beautiful? The traffic light turns green. The students surrounding me start to cross the street. I'm the only one who hangs behind, standing motionless on my side of the road. She sits here on the guardrail, casually swinging her legs back and forth. It almost seems like she's waiting for something or someone. I have no way of telling how long she's been waiting, but her expression is relaxed and unassuming. Is she really waiting for someone? Her restless movements betray a nervous excitement, as if she were waiting on a lover. Hold on, she's waiting? Who is she waiting for? Isn't it obvious? Isn't it incredibly obvious? I'd do the same thing. Anyone would. If I were killed by someone, if I could, I'd go straight after the person who did it. I mean, yeah. I've got a terrible feeling about this. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. It feels as though my spine wants to burst out through my mouth. The woman in white looks my way. Our eyes meet. We're thinking the same thing, everything exactly what I was afraid of. No, this is all just a coincidence. It has to be. There's no reason to feel like this. We've never met. No connection exists. She's just a stranger that looks like her. She's got to be waiting for someone else. The only other explanation is that in this moment I'm experiencing is a nightmare. If it weren't, then there'd be no way a dead person could be alive and walking around, not after being dismembered like that. So why? Why is she looking at me with that wicked smile on her face? That satisfied grin of someone who has just spotted their killer. As if to say, I've been waiting for you. Oh yeah, I forgot to read the other one. The woman pushes herself off the guardrail and raises her hand in greeting. She lightly brushes her back as she turns to face me.
なんだよ、それ。
It's just a bad dream. The traffic lights blink red.
来るな、来るな、来るな。
The woman waltzes through the oncoming traffic without even flinching once. She's less than 3 meters away now. I don't know whether this is a dream or a reality.
だから、来るなって言ってるのに。
I shout at her, but it changes nothing. I've got to escape. I have to get away from the woman in white. I run with all my might. Without a shred of shame or concern for my reputation, I run, pushing and shoving my way through passerby as my feet strike the pavement. My breath grows ragged, and my heart pounds and screams for me to stop. But I can't stop running. My face must look unrecognizable, etched with such exhaustion and pain. My vision gets distorted by the tears stinging my eyes, my throat burns, my lungs squeeze and twist to wring out my breath. I'm shaking uncomfortably. It feels like the tendons in my hands might tear from the convulsions. My feet hit the ground haphazardly, legs moving without the time to think where they land. Each step sends a numbing shock up my thighs. That's fine, even if my legs tear themselves to shreds. That's fine. Just, if I stop running here, I might lose my mind. I look over my shoulder. I can see the woman in white, casually coming my way. All doubt vanishes from my mind. She's following me. The woman I killed is following me. That alone is plenty of reason for me to lose my mind. My heart feels like it might explode, but I ignore it and keep running. Whenever I look around, she's still there, sauntering behind me as if she were taking a simple stroll while I keep fleeing with all my might. I tilt my head to the skies. My arms feel heavy. All sensation has long abandoned my legs. I'm running faster than I ever have in my life. So why can't I shake her? Why can't I outrun her leisurely pace? I'm completely out of breath. I don't even know how many kilometers I've run at full speed. And she's still behind me, walking. With all the effort of someone out for a stroll, but she never fails to lag behind. Like the image of a ghost seared into my proverbial rear view mirror. There's nothing funny about the situation, but I can't help but laugh. A stream of laughter burst out. I keep running. My body screams that it might collapse and die if I continue, but still I keep running. It's clear why I have to run. The second she catches me, she'll kill me. I don't have any basis for thinking that, but I know better than anyone that I'd be a fool myself if I tried to laugh it off. I don't need reasons or evidence. It's just how the world works, to reap what I've sown. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. Since I killed her, she has now the right to kill me. It's as simple as that. But yeah, this is kind of similar though. We were just running as well last time, right? It's simple fact that my life will end the second I get caught. Yeah, this is the same place. I fell or fall sprawling pathetically on the ground. I didn't even stumble or trip. My limbs just couldn't carry me a single step further. But it's the same, right? Let me see. Yeah, we can't go to the other side though. Yeah, you can't really check that because you went here. I don't know why they do that, but... Okay. I crawl across the ground to the wall. With my palms against a stone, I will myself to get back up on my feet, but it's no use. The second I lift myself up off the ground, my knees give out and I fall back down with a thud. I can no longer move my body, not even an inch. I throw my head backwards and wheeze for air. It hurts. I can't get enough oxygen at all. My brain, it's starving. I can't think. I can't make sense of what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Why? How is the woman I killed still alive? I cut her down perfectly, thoroughly. I massacred her in the most extreme way possible. So how could she be waiting outside of my school? How could she just sit there and smile at me when I arrive? I killed. That's right. I definitely killed her. And yet, why is she here?
あれ？追いかけっこはもう終わり？
The sounds of footsteps coming closer. A subdued noise that echoes through the valley. The woman shrugs her shoulders as if disappointed and speaks to me as I lie slumped against the wall.
こんにちは。昨日は本当にお世話になったわ。
She faces me with a carefree smile. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know what to make of her expression. Still wearing that smile, she brazenly enters the closed-off alleyway.
それとこれ、忘れ物。困るのよね。証拠になるようなものを落とされちゃう。
A black object lands in front of me with a light thud. My bag. I hadn't even noticed I'd lost it yet. No, hold on. What did she just say? Incriminating. Did she say incriminating? I've got to get out of here. I mean. I urge my legs to move, only to push my back harder into the concrete wall, blocking my way.
追いかけっこは終わりなんでしょ？だってここ袋小路だもん。おまけに人気もないから邪魔が入る心配もないし。
The woman looks oddly cheerful. A dead end with no one around. I look around in a panic, then curse myself for my stupidity. Why the hell did I decide to flee here of all places? It's like I'm begging to be killed.
長かったな。あれから18時間、ようやくあなたを捕まえた。
The woman takes another step towards me.
お前。
何？
お前は確かに。
ええ、昨日あなたに殺された女よ。覚えていてくれて嬉しいわ。
It's the response I at least wanted to hear, regardless of whether this is real or not.
ふざけるな。死んだ人間が生きてるはずがないだろ。
そうだけど、そう驚くことでもないんじゃない？単に殺された後生き返っただけなんだから。
The woman says it as if it's nothing, coming ever closer. The space between us shrinks steadily.
生き返った。
I sit in a daze as I digest what she's told me. She came back to life. Does she mean she came back from the brink of death? What did she go, or what, did she go to a doctor and undergo an operation to bring herself back?
バカにすんな。あんなに手足をバラバラにされて生き返る人間がいるもんか。
うん。だって私人間じゃないもの。
Her words are too simple to interpret any other way or in any other way. I'm not human. That's what the woman just told me.
人間じゃない。
当たり前でしょ。手足をバラバラにされて一人でに再生できる人間がいると思う？
No human could, that much is a fact. If someone could, they might look like human, but no way they'd be considered the same anymore. Someone who can die and come back to life. A being that doesn't care if it ceases to breathe. One that can recover fully, even after being cut to pieces. Something that may look human but definitely can't be called one. It appears that's the true form of the woman in front of me. I try to laugh at the situation, but my throat is too wrecked to let any sound through.
なんだよ、それ。
It isn't funny enough to be a joke. And even if it were a joke, it all fits together a little too well. I mean, she's got a point. If she isn't human, then it could be actually possible for her to come back to life even after being massacred in such a way. My mind finally starts to settle down. I recall the words of the one who saved me so long ago. First, I need to take a good look. Then, I need to think everything through. That's the type of situation I'm in right now.
人間じゃないって言ったな。それじゃあ何なんだ、お前。
私は吸血鬼って呼ばれてるけど。わかりやすく言えば人の血を吸って生きてる怪物かな。
That's much better. Her being a vampire makes all of this easier to understand. Even I know what a vampire is. They may just be the stuff of legends, but I doubt there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of them. Bram Stoker wrote a famous book about them once in Western fiction. They're often described as undying monsters in human form. Sometimes they're also described as bloodsuckers, which is what they are in a nutshell. They're monsters that drink blood, so of course they're not human.
そう、吸血鬼なんだ。
What is the origins of of a vampire? I mean, like, how did it start? I mean, right? Like, it's just stories, like people made. It sounds so ridiculous. It's just saying it out loud and nearly makes me burst into a mad laugh. I'm going to get killed any moment now, yet I feel incredibly calm about it. What can I say? I just don't have the energy to care anymore. Not that it would do any good. She seems satisfied as she peers down at my pathetic figure. Wait, I thought vampires weren't able to talk around in broad daylight. No, never mind. That's really not something for me to be focused on right now.
で、その怪物が俺なんかに何の用だって言うんだ。
I blurred out the words in a fit of frustration. The woman looks taken aback for a moment. She crosses her arms in front of her chest, looking me over with a small pout.
驚いた。昨日私に何をしたか忘れたの？あなたは見ず知らずの私を会った瞬間にバラバラに殺してくれたのよ。それで何の用だなんてよっぽど手慣れているみたいね。
She looks more baffled than angry. But I could say I'm equally baffled. I mean, the woman I killed with my own two hands is standing right in front of me, grumbling that I had to gal to kill her.
ちょっと聞いてるの？殺人狂。
ああ、聞いてる。我ながらものすごい悪運持ちだなって今噛み締めてるところなんだ。悪いけどちょっと黙っててくれないか。
I need something to blame. Otherwise, I'll end up destroying myself. I've learned just how bad luck is, or how bad my luck is, though it's a little late for it. For whatever reason, I was overcome by the urge to kill this woman. So I rode the urge till I'd finished the job. I was so desperate over everything that happened, I was ready to find some way to atone for it all. I break out in laughter. But it's not all bad news. If the woman I killed really has come back to life, that means I haven't killed anyone. I might have performed the act of killing, yet she's still alive and well. At the very least, it's something for me to take comfort in. That's right, if I didn't kill anyone, then everything might be fine. Shikitono could actually go back to his normal day-to-day life. Sure, in exchange for that, I'm now being hunted down by a deranged lunatic, but that's still better than being a murderer. It's still a case of bad luck, but it's bad luck of the very best kind. Though the whole situation might be ridiculous, at least I'm not the only one who's crazy.
いいよ、落ち着いた。言いたいことがあるんだろう。文句でも恨み事でも思う存分言ってくれ。
そりゃ言いたいことはいっぱいあるけど、
悪かったな。必死に居直ってるんだよ。そうでもしないと自分で自分を殺しかねない。
If she's going to kill me, I wish she'd just get over it. Or get it over with. I've already dealt with my body giving out on me for 7 years now. No matter how terrible the act, I'm prepared to recognize that it really happened. Then again, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have to deal with a situation like this in the first place. The woman gave me a drawn-out look. Her gaze is sharp, but I don't sense any hostility. This is also backwards. Isn't it natural to want an eye for an eye? Shouldn't she be twitching, or itching, to pay me back?
何ジロジロ見てるんだ。お前は俺に復讐しに来たんだろ。なら。
ええ、確かに殺されたら殺し返すのがセオリーよね。それがお望みならしてあげるけど、とりあえず今はパスかな。それ。
Her eyes are firmly fixated on me.
ねえ、反省してる？
My eyes widened in surprise. Her words just sounded so out of place.
私を殺しちゃったことを反省しているのかって聞いてるの。それでね、もしあなたが反省しているのなら許してあげようかなって。あなた、人間にしては嘘が下手そうな感じだし。
反省って俺が？
うん、あなたがごめんなさいって言ってくれれば私としてはそれでいいよ。
I can't believe it. And not just the part where my murder victim is telling me she'll forgive me. I can't believe how amazingly gentle she sounds.
もうこっちが真面目に聞いているんだからちゃんと答えるのが筋ってものでしょ。ほら早く答えて。反省しているのかしていないのか。そこをはっきりさせないと先に進めないんだから。
Though I regret it. That goes without saying.
そりゃ
But I hesitate before I can finish. Can I do this? I already admitted my crime to myself, but I still haven't dared say it aloud. Some of the deep part of me is convinced that if I do, I can never go back to the life I had. But
そりゃ何？
my tongue dries up in my mouth. My throat goes numb, begging me not to speak. But I can't run from this. It's something I have to face. I think someone who believed in me told me something similar once. If you truly want to live a normal life, then face your own sins. Face your own actions. Never ever look away. Aoko.
そりゃ後悔してる。なんであれ。俺は人を殺してしまったんだから。
I wring my confession from my chest. Just as I did last night in CL's apartment. I killed this woman. I killed her with no mercy for no reason at all. Purely for my own gratification.
そのことを後悔も反省もできる。できるのなら。
If I could be permitted such a cheap gesture.
何度でも頭を下げる。でもそれは意味のないことだ。事実として俺はあんたを手にかけた。だから。
What I did was unforgivable. That she was somehow resurrected is no excuse. Shigitono murdered the very woman he sees before him. I am guilty of violation of the highest order. Of an act of unfathomable violence.
だからあんたは俺に復讐していい。俺が逃げたのはお前が怖かったからじゃない。俺は俺自身の行為から逃げていただけだった。
Slumped against the alley wall, I confess my sins to the empty air. It's as if I've finally woken up. I've spent the past day in a fugue. How do you say that? In a fragile, transient dream. In a brief refuge from the reality of my own depravity. But now, at last, it's time to pay the piper. Oh. We had choices now. What do we choose here, though? Will help her, can't help her. There's no way. I'll choose that. Let me see. Where are we, by the way? Oh, we actually moved now to the same spot. What? What is the point of this? It's the same scene, honestly, right? I mean, it's literally the same scene. Okay, we'll choose the other one. We'll choose this one. Can't help her. There's no way. There's no way I can agree to that, no matter how persuasively, she looks at me. Persuasively, I mean. Women coming back, from the dead. Black Panthers, burning zombies, all these natural forces are just too much for me.
悪いが、協力はできない。俺はただの学生なんだ。何を期待しているか知らないけど、協力者なら他を当たれ。
ふん。ただの学生っていうのは、見ず知らずの女の子をバラバラに切断しちゃうんだ。
That strikes me home. My eyes are every bit as abnormal as this woman, but they're not the reason I've ended up here. I could have lived a normal life like a normal human being, if only I'd never met this impossible woman.
違う。俺はお前に出会うまでまともだった。人殺しなんてする気もなかったし、それなりにうまくやっていた。そうだ。あの時だけが特別だった。俺は確かにろくでなしだけど、それだってお前さえ見かけなければ。
ああ、もううるさい。
Was she compulsing her? Or compulsing him, I mean. The pupils of her crimson eyes flare wide. Yeah, she's using her mystic eyes on Nishiki. Instantly, the air around her snaps taut. The feeling she gives off does a 180. I wonder if her glare alone could stop my heart.
勘違いしないで。あなたは私を殺したの。本来ならここでその首を引き抜いてるところを、あなたが使えそうだから助けてあげているだけなのよ。
That eyes, man. Very, very intense. The world fades into desolate silence. Only her eyes remain. My burning throat and trembling fingers are frozen solid. A chill of terror raises up my spine. My animal instincts scream in unison. She's right though. I did not understand. This is no woman. This is a killing machine in human form. I can't breathe. Or rather, I realize that breathing would spell my death. A breath, a sideways glance, a finger twitch, anything. If I make the slightest movement, some unimaginably huge presence will crush me like a bug. That isn't my imagination, it is my instincts, showing me my inescapable future. My limbs scream at me to run. Because I don't want to die. My brain resists with all its might. Because I don't want to die. I'm dead if I don't run, dead if I do. Dead if I stay. Dead if I move a muscle. But if I do nothing, this air will tear my mind to shreds. But if I do anything, this monster will tear my body to shreds. Oh, I see. She's going to kill me whatever I do. My psyche shatters without realization. Contradictory flight impulses leave me paralyzed. All I feel is a cold horror of my mind being peeled apart and pulverized piece by piece. My torment stretches on and on into eternity, and then suddenly it's over. My knees buckle and I crumple to the ground. Finally released from her suppressive gaze, I wrap my arms around myself. Thank goodness I'm still alive.
どう？少しは自分の立場分かってくれたかしら？
If anything, I understand less than ever. As if I look up at this monster in woman's clothing, it's all I can do to stop my teeth from chattering.
できるできないの話なんてしていないの。やるなら生かしてあげる。やらないのなら殺してあげる。ほら、簡単でしょ？私は単にあなたに生きるか死ぬかを聞いているだけなんだから。
My voice catches in my throat. but instinctively I'm already nodding my assent.
Yoろしい。これで契約は成立っと。
She extends a hand to help me to my feet.
私はアルクエイド。うん。長い名前だからアルクエイドだけでいいわ。心素って区分けされる吸血鬼だけど、あなたはなんていう人？
That might be the strangest self-introduction I've ever heard. A sigh, either I've accepted my insane reality or I just don't have anything left in me to argue.
当の式、あいにくただの学生だよ。前もって言っておくけど、本当に何の役にも立たないからな。
I take the woman's Arcuade's hand and climb to my feet. She peers at me intently for a moment, and then offers her hand again for a shake.
それじゃあよろしくね、シキ。私を殺した責任、ちゃんと取ってもらうんだから。
She grins wickedly, her left hand outstretched. I must be the first and last person in the world to be repaying someone for their own murder.
ほんと、どうかしてる。
But what else am I to do? Against my better judgment, I shake hands with this mysterious vampire, this woman in white. Oh, we actually skip a lot. Okay, so... What is this? Where are we? But yeah, I mean, this scene here that we just saw, it was kind of the same, right? It's very similar though, but yeah, it's on the other side, so I suppose it was maybe different, at least in terms of dialogue. But all in all, yeah, it was very, very similar. Maybe just how it was presented, I guess, was a little bit different there. But yeah, this one was different though. Yep. But let's see. I guess we're gonna go through this again. I know we went through this already. Because yeah, we skipped. So we'll see what happens. So anyways, we're gonna continue this and do more of Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon, in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.